Hello there, Ann Waldman. Thank you. This first is called Neuro-Linguistically, This is the Writing Dance. This is the writing dance, or a plumed helmet which itself resembles a heart in the shape of Africa, or Asia, or the Middle East, continents. The challenge is to question the warrior. Get inside her armor. Get inside the land which has no boundary. We could talk about China now, its economics, its technocrats, its ecological suffering, the backdoor deals. We could be happily Canadian, but could we really? We could talk about Liberia, Darfur, Zimbabwe, Haiti, suffering everywhere, and Congo, and our own backyard, safe, starlit, stomp on it right now, out on that turf. This is the obsequious politician flattering you. You never believe him. Never. The eminence of philosophy, so crenellated, so terraced, pronouncing the name of your dance. Down with a tyrant. That is the gesture and the name. Down with a tyrant, down with his exaggerated thunder. You want to talk psychosis? Down with a tyrant. Daggers, hysterical Puritans, starved animals. You want to talk? You want to write? This is the writing dance, written for all to see, the whole picture of the decimated site, the picture of charnel ground, and the jackals came, sift through the body parts, sift, see the back of his head? Would a gesture knock him off? Or is he too steely-eyed? Eyes look through the head, inside there the little screen, the trick is to dance upon it. The dance I was doing is the written dance. To be a barker, to be a noisemaker, be a saint. Tools, linen, weapons, wires, women, creating sainthood. Place hands together and bow. This was the written dance. Eyes looking back on themselves before growing cold. Check out the moon. Check out all the characters. The philosopher, for example, her window of the room. The guy ready to blast his M16. The naturalist with steely gaze. Dark streets out there below the moon. Is that what I see? Is it written? No, this is the smitten dance, flying over the occupied territories. Don't talk to me about transgression anymore. This is the trespass dance. This is the way I get down for it. It's my power structure to strangle Sarah Palin, strangle Newt Gingrich. And if I were a scientist, I would scream in my scientist voice, neurons, neurons. I would say it again and again, the way the neurons like to be commended and commented upon. Dear neurons, you can be so kind. I would say elephants move like this, neuro-linguistically, and snakes move like that, and hyenas are shrieking at the body politic. And if I were a Sufi, I'd spin out of control. This is not the terra firma dance. This is not the map of the capital materials junta dance. This is the writing dance. Ida Lupino liked it. Many actresses wanted the scripts to go on and on. Many of the women stars of another era were never confused about priorities. They had their stage directions, their moves, their maps. They had their songs, their gestures, their postures. They had their desires, and their sky was covered with a thin layer of clouds. Everything was quiet when they came on the set. It was like a scene of tranquil poetry. It was a scene you had to have been there for as it got written, and the one who emerged, who lingered, was the one who pointed to, was she. She who had been stalling with feet like the feet of many different animals, and with eyes in all the pores of their pelts, and voices sounding as only she could as them, and mapping and changing the way the writing would go if it were a dance. You might wonder. And this is from the Manatee Humanity Project. Now represent your representations in the symbolic code of language. Manatee, humanity, Om Mane Padme Humanity, Om Mane Padme Humanity, Om Mane Manatee Humanity, Om Mane Padme Manatee Om. It was a time of fossil fuel priorities, of precious business time. That's what they'll say about us centuries hence. It was a busy, get on with it business time. You better get on with it time. They fucked us all over in their greedy get over it time. That's what they'll say about us. What were they thinking? Stupid fuckers. It was commodification fun hog time. Time modification time. Got on with time. We killed time. They fucked us over, and our future time will be surely more stressed in time. That's what they'll be saying. That's what they'll say. They got on with it, saying about us going nowhere but going down, and us all with them. What were they thinking in their selfish minds? Us, us. Us, that's what they'll say about us. Generations hence, how living then hence, without so many animals then, they fucked the world over in their sweet, avaricious time frame. That's what they'll say about us. Those stupid fuckers, they let the animals die. They let the plants die. They killed the air. They killed the water. They killed each other. They killed language. Humdrum Paleolithic, where we could talk in sweet time notches. Well, that's over. Where the fuck did that ever evolve to? Then along 20,000 years of keeping time, once keeping it for all once, and moving it, time forward, and it, the art forward, and it, humanity forward, and now they want to kill it. Really, they killed it. Then along rim of Babylonian, rim of Egyptian, 5,000 years once ago, such progress, they kill all that too, stupid fuckers! Then, but now, my solar day, my lunar month, my solar year, my speed I inherited from them, what time is it now? And we resumed our talk after these excessive outbreaks, discussing the nature of calibration, how different times give the peculiarities and particulars of people, and praxis, and place, and thought systems, and become their own zones in this. We spoke of lustrations and the architectures of spiritual places, of constructing mandalas with colored sands, and the women who dance on the precipice of eclipses, performance and ritual under arches, pillars that delineate the way to move, as a chorus might. Open atriums, they are moving into the augur space, the place of frequent animal sacrifice. We're mere sidereal time, 2 passages of the mean sun time, he cautioned, and that is relative. Both, he cautioned further, it's quite unconscionably relative. That doesn't explain, I protested, the way we brutalize time. The manatee is found in shallow, slow-moving rivers. The manatee moves in estuaries, moves in saltwater bays. The manatee, in moving, moves gently. The manatee is completely herbivorous. The manatee has no natural enemies, but unnatural man. The manatee is constantly threatened by man. Unnaturally, the manatee often drowns in cloaks of man who makes no concession to manatee. What Steward of the earth, is this unnatural man, man who makes no concession to manatee? The manatee often dies with ingestion of fish hooks. The manatee dies from litter and monofilament lines. Man whose rank in attitude has no use for manatee. Manatee, manatee, mani padme. Manatee, mani, manatee, padme, mani, mani, humanity, home.